G'day everyone, I'm Ben from Catch Pro Australia and this is the Lawn Care Skull Sessions with the co-host BJ the Bearded Lawnsman.
Booyah! What's happening, my brother?
A little bit of everything, but hey, I'm pretty good at the moment. Podcast is going well, Catch Pro is going well, it's definitely cooled off quite a bit, but I'm in pretty good spirits.
Yeah, good man.
How about y'all?
Oh yeah, I feel weird.
We weren't supposed to actually bring it to anyone's attention.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, they were supposed to discover it.
Wait, do you want to start everything again?
No.
No, cool.
No, we'll just keep it rolling.
Yeah,
so,
hey man, it's weird, but you know, we're here for the fans, and they've spoken. And now we match our fucking logo.
Yeah, okay, that's true. So, what's been doing the last week, man? Like, how's everything been
mate,
for you guys?
It's been a weird week. Just been smashing out work as usual. It's a little bit hard to get up in the morning. It's still very, very dark for a very long time. I'm normally about 10 past 5. I get out of bed, something like that. And I just cruise around, make my coffee, and
I'm still having a wet dream then.
Yeah, no, I fucking wish I was having a wet dream. But it's been hard to get out of the house, to be honest. But everything's going well. Truck is ready.
You.
Yeah. So when this drops, I should be just about ready to fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
That's if everything goes to plan. Let's not fucking jump ahead.
No, I think one thing that we should know about today's world, especially with supply, is let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Fuck me.
Unless you're ordering from Catch Pro, our stock's reasonable.
Yeah.
Don't have the biggest weight.
I got the biggest weight.
So the ground though is still a little bit wet underfoot.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I haven't been put off by any customers really.
Who was that dude? Matt Harrison. Matt Harrison, mate, you're having a bloody shocker.
Old King, man. I'd be walking the ground like I'm lucky because I weigh a fucking ton and a half. So when I walk over something, I know that I'm either ready to rock and roll or she's a no go. So I don't know if he's walking these fucking yards, but
yeah, man, I tell you. But we had crazy winds when we were talking last episode. We've had some big wind days even since then, and it did a really great job. But we're still getting rain at night.
How you feeling with no trees?
Oh, It has been such a weight off my chest, and people are going to think I'm crazy, but like, and I can't even remember if I said it, but I think I said it to you personally. Like the wind was just howling, and I was just sitting out my window going like.
So when I came to drop off the V-Ride, I looked at your old place and I was like, "Fuck this!" Like the grass hadn't grown. You're like, "Oh, I have to mow." I'm like, "You're just going to be vacuuming up fucking leaves."
Yeah, and that's like.
Every corner up the top of your...
And it come up all right, but this place is completely different. Like the grass is in really bad condition. Like it's all...
just waterlogged.
Weeds and... No, I was going for my other word, which we probably shouldn't say here, but it's all just weeds and rubbish.
Yeah.
So even when you mow it, it kind of only looks tidy for a day or two. Well, because all the different weeds grow at different rates.
And like you were saying before, we've had fucking rain nearly every night, like just popping up randomly. So
yeah, which kind of then just tops up the actual ground.
It's not really hurting us mowing wise. Well, I guess we only got 6 mils the other night, so that wasn't too bad.
6 mils on top of bloody
fucking 260,000. It's pretty whack. So my truck is all fucking ready to rock and roll. My shed's been delivered. Actually, not a bad week. Except for the fucking dude who delivered the shed. He dropped the fucking thing on the footpath. And last week when we did the podcast on Tuesday.
Delivery drivers, man.
Fuck, man. So I was driving home and I got a notification. We have a Ring camera, and up pops these 2 young gentlemen with no shoes on walking down my fucking driveway.
It wasn't me and my daughter, was it?
No, it wasn't. So I've fucking tried to ring my wife, and I couldn't get a hold of her. And with the camera, there's like a delay.
Was she threesoming them down the back?
I wish. They were trying to fucking rob us. I said the
C-bomb.
Sorry about that. But honestly, like, we've lived there 6 months and we have just an open driveway, and we've had, you know, multiple people just walk straight down there and be like, oh, hey, I'm looking for Greg. It's like, nah, he doesn't live here, mate. We had a junkie wash himself under the hose. But yeah, these two little shits...
Junkies usually don't wash themselves.
No, well, it's a plus. But he said, I'm having a fucking drink. I was like, what are you drinking through the top of your fucking head? But anyway, these two kids apparently, you know, my wife said get out, and they went, and later on that night they rolled around to the street next door and pinched some fucking TVs and shit like that. So
man, it's crazy to think that someone would come in your house at night time.
Yeah, I come in my house some nights, but
I never do.
No, but it's terrifying because my little girl, she's downstairs because, you know, that's her area, and you know, my wife was home with the kids. I'm like, fuck, why does this never happen when I'm at home? Do you find that random shit like that never happens when you're at home?
Oh, I just always seem to be here.
Yeah, that's.
I don't get out. I don't get out much these days. And no, look, honestly, I haven't experienced it that much. I always find more scenarios that happen is like sometimes my wife will be out, and this is when my kids were a bit younger. You know, she'd go grocery shopping and she'd have the twins in the trolley.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they got to put the trolley away, and I don't know, whatever the scenario was, but like someone got up her once about something. And I was thinking like, man, I wish I was there. Like, why? Like, I mean, people go at me on social media all the time.
Yeah.
But like, I want some personal stuff. Like, I want someone to say something to me in person.
Yeah.
So
I got news today, but it was an under the breath. Fucking yeah. Like, car door slammed. Yeah, it was pretty weird. It was one of my villages. So I'm allowed to do the workout in the front yards as extras now, and this guy, he said, you know, don't touch my stuff. When we used to do it as a regular, he said, don't touch my stuff. I work in here, blah, blah, blah. And then next door, an elderly lady who's actually an artist moved in, and she said, I can't paint in my front room because there's no sunlight. Can you take out all this stuff? So I split it right down the middle, took out all her shit, left all his.
So set the stage, this is probably a duplex situation?
A duplex. So there's two windows. One of them belongs to one neighbour, one to the other. I've split the garden straight down the middle, and I've cleared all of hers, so she's got plenty of light. This guy came out and he was fucking furious, and I was just like, it is what it is, man. But he didn't say anything to me directly, just under his breath, fucking.
He's probably going to write a letter.
I don't give a fuck. I'll write a letter.
That's what they do when they can't face you.
Yeah.
They go and dog act you.
He's such a fucking rude dude anyway. Just so disrespectful.
We have seen a few posts coming up lately about people who, you know, maybe haven't been getting paid for jobs or late payments. And we hadn't been asked directly what our advice was, but I mean, we got this platform, we might as well say.
Yeah.
But like, if you're a contractor out there, and, you know, sometimes people are just dishonest or, you know, dogs or whatever. But look, for the most part, people are generally pretty good.
Yeah.
I do think that if you are going to do works for anyone, quotes need to be in place, or at least verbal agreements.
Yeah.
And in that way, you can really go back and say, like, we discussed this.
Yeah. Nothing better than a text message because it's right there.
Yeah, I mean, I know that when I see some of these posts, like this person won't pay, or this person, you know, it was more expensive than what they thought, or, you know, and I just always remember real estate agents were the worst for me. Hey, can you go in and do this? It's going to come out of their rent. We need this done for photos or whatever. And I'd always say, like, I need some scope of, like, yeah, you can walk into these rental places, you'd be like, fuck, where do you want me to stop?
Dude, yeah.
And it'd be like, we can cap this at 1,500. Do you want the hedges done?
Yeah.
Do you want the weeds just whippersnipped, or do you want them pulled out? Like, you know.
Do you want me to pick up all those nappies?
So, you know, to contractors out there, whether you're new in the game or if you're not, I think, and if you're not doing it, I think definitely have some sort of verbal or written agreement. Because you would have to think that some of these people that are questioning prices and stuff, either the quality of the work wasn't there, or there has been some sort of miscommunication along the way.
In writing, it's perfect. You can just be like, there it is. You agreed to this, and this. Fucking pay your money, and we can part ways.
And for example, just quickly, sorry to butt in. I know that you're going somewhere, but like, say my contract with Corey Ballard, for example. I mean, we have a written agreement, but then like, I also have like a text message screenshot where I've said to him like, you know, are you ever gonna fuck me, or you know along those lines, and he's written back like, he's like, no, it's the agreement that we have is perfect, and I'll always live up to our agreement. And like, I have all of that. I should have it fucking framed. But just in case anything ever happens, and at least I can go back to him and say like, man, what happened to this? You know, because that will take the honesty out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. No, I had a good one today. I had to do a quote for a real estate in one of my villages, and she asked me to go and quote to take out 3 palms, and I was like, okay, cool. Knocked on this chick's door, and she came out. She's like, oh, how you going? I was like, good. Do you know what the real estate wants me to take out? And she said, not a clue. So I said, there's supposed to be 3 palms here I got to take out. I walk out the back, and there's like 438,000 golden canes. And I was like, do you know which 3? And she's like, no idea. And I was like, God. And then I read the message, and it said, we want you to take out 3 palm branches, not the tree. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's the most cryptic fucking message. And I just looked at it and went, why am I even doing this? It's like wasted 15 minutes of my life trying to figure out this message.
Yeah, that's...
And now I got to call, I got to confirm. So I sent a message back, and I got back. So she wants me to quote and just give a rough estimate for what 3 would cost, and then what 6 would cost. And then she's going to go out and mark the 6 or 3 that they want cut down. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, look for a different contractor.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, look, I should just say it's out of my fucking scope. So,
speaking about, pricing, and there's just been a lot of, anyone that follows our podcast and that follows Aussie Lawn Stars and is in the whole general LMCA Aussie contractors discussion would know where we're going with this. But there's been so much discussion again on pricing structures.
Yeah.
And okay, you need to be charging 150 an hour, you need to be charging 100 an hour. And like, I'm coming across as someone who, 150 an hour to me kind of seems outrageous.
Is that per person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I do want to say, because I mean, so this interview with Gary, it's actually going to happen. He's going to interview us.
Oh, he's going to interview us.
Well, the Skull Sessions.
Okay.
So we're a part of it.
Yeah.
And we're just going to lay it all out there for everyone. But like, I was sort of chatting to him. And, like, when we were having discussions, like, I need to be charging X to be making a profit, rudder.
Yeah.
Now, that's fine. The issue that I have with it, and with, your Keith Kalfas and your Brian Fullertons and these other people, is that what I don't like about it is anyone can take that information, whether they're qualified or not.
Yeah.
And they can, so like, I'm trying to protect the genuine people in our business. I'm not trying to discriminate.
No.
But like, if you're not equipped, if you're not qualified, and when I mean qualified, I mean experienced.
Yeah.
So a quick something that happened to me was I moved into this house. I needed to get some back stairs put on our veranda. So I called a guy and he came out and he was a cocky bastard. And he's like, yeah, that'll be, roughly 8 to 10 grand. And I mean, I'm not a chippy.
Yeah.
And I've never had any stairs built before. And I got to admit, it kind of felt on the top end.
Yeah.
And that's the way that I was truly feeling. And so I was sort of like, I went back to my wife. I thought, geez, that's a big hit, like 8 to 10 grand. And I said, I'm just going to call someone else. I got someone else. They quoted me 6,600.
Yep.
They did the job, beautiful job, everything like that. And I think everyone needs to take a step back and put themselves in the customer's shoes as well. Now, I want to see people be successful, and you do too, right?
Yeah, of course.
But, we're all normal. Like, I'm not a contractor anymore. I was a contractor, and so I would be in the same boat. Like, I would want to charge something for an acreage and someone could do it cheaper or a village situation, whatever the case may be. But even myself as a consumer or as someone that wants to pay someone else to do something, I'm no different to the other customer.
Yeah.
Like, you're too fucking expensive. And I kept sitting there thinking that this other dude who missed out on his 8 to 10, is he just so busy that
he doesn't have to worry about it.
Or like how much profit was really in that for him, and I think these are all the things that everyone needs to consider when they're looking at other pieces of information. Yeah,
because you never know. Like, he could have pulled up in a fucking truck with a trailer and, $500,000 worth of equipment behind him, and then old mate's rocked up with, nail gun, just the basics, and done the same job. So
that's right. I mean, and look, I did have this conversation with Gary, and Gary had sort of said, well, the other guy was probably insured, the other guy that did the job was probably not, so if the stairs fail, you have nothing to go back on. There's so many variables, what if.
Yeah.
But, I just think that for all the people out there that are gathering advice, like, get all of the bits and pieces and then do what makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't just pull from one source. Like, try and, and also it's different markets.
Fucking hell.
You know what I mean? Like, when we see stories of guys charging $220 an hour for ride-on mowing, our mowers would never come off the trailer, right?
No way.
And we're not even in the cheapest market.
No.
We're in a high-end area, high-end, high-density area.
It's pretty crazy. I'm going to quote a half acre that's literally on the water. In 2010, this house sold for $2.3 million, so I can only imagine what it's worth now. It'd be up around the fours. And the first thing that she asked was, what's your hourly rate? And I just said, look, I don't know.
I mean, on half an acre, as if you're going to charge an hourly rate.
Yeah, that's
just
what I said.
look at the job and just be like...
And she said, she was given all these things, like, you must be very particular with hedges, which I am. I love doing hedging. And she said, you must be equipped to take on half an acre of mowing. And I was like, all day. And just sort of made her comfortable. And I just made her aware. I said, we pride ourselves in giving A++ service, but we will give you a good price. We're not going to give you a cheap price, but we'll give you a good price that I'm comfortable with. I don't give a fuck what anyone else is going to charge. If I don't get it, I don't get it. There are so many guys that'll undercut, like, at the drop of a hat, because it's an easy game to get into. Like, I saw a dude running around with like a hedger. It was like a Homelight Bunnings hedger. He just had an old bomby fucking Victor in the back. I mean, that dude, not to say like he's not working hard, you got no fucking overheads, man. Like,
yeah, and it's just...
I'm dragging fucking 30, 40 grand's worth of stuff around behind me, and he's got, $70 worth of shit off a fucking gum tree. And he's probably still making good money. He's just doing what he needs to do to get by. And,
I mean, I think my main point is, seriously, we all got to stop worrying about everyone else.
Yeah.
And we just need to look after ourselves.
And I think in the right market, like there are benchmarks, like there are pricing structures out there that...
There are pricing structures, of course.
But there's different sorts of businesses as well. I think there's different businesses that work those different structures all the way through from your fucking $30 mower man up until you're like, you know, your 100, 200. And look, if you can go out and get fucking $220 an acre or $300 an acre or whatever, fucking hats off to you. Because
like I said, I'm not against people charging a good price
if you can
to be able to be profitable and all of these things. Like I'm totally with it, but I always can't help but think, imagine these poor people that are seeing these things written, they go in to quote their next place and they're just not getting any results. And hey, you're too high, you're too high, you're too high. And we see the posts all the time. Hey guys, I'm too high. How do you get these results? And, you know, I think it's doing some of these operators a lot worse.
Yeah, especially the new guys in the game. I think it's good to have a goal and it's good to have a target to aim for.
And then also people are just not, some of these contractors are just not comfortable. I saw a post just this morning about a kindergarten that said, no, we need this done on a Saturday. And, you know, he wanted to charge extra for working on a Saturday. By all means, you know, if you cherish your weekends. And, you know, he floated some prices around and people are like, oh, like at the minimum, and I'd be this and I'd be that. And then that person who already thought his quote was too high, now he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know what to do. So, and just before we move on, I did hear other comments saying, you know, I need to charge this so that I don't have to work a 5-day week.
Yeah.
And which is also great. Like if you can earn your money in 4 days, that'd be great. But even myself as a consumer, like if that guy that came to build my stairs, if I had said to him, look, I have a quote here for 6.6, yours is sort of 8 to 10. Is there any, can you break this down? And if he had said to me, well, I like having Thursdays and Fridays off.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know, so I think, you know, it's great when people can earn a living and that's why we do this. There is a lifestyle involved. But I think people are tripping a little bit in the sense that thinking that if they, I mean, look at you, right? You just took on, how many hundreds of thousands extra is it? Like maybe not 200, but
no, it'd be close to like 160 or something.
Yeah, so you just took on $170,000 of extra work. How many days have you had off since?
Just a couple of rain days where I literally couldn't get out of the driveway.
And I'm sure that you would have been doing some 100%. Sort of work.
Yeah.
So, and like I've always heard Corey say it as well, and you know, because he's got such a big business and everything like that, people are like, hey, how do I be like you and, you know, essentially be rich and earn money without doing anything? And it's a fucking myth.
Yeah,
it doesn't
100%.
You know,
dude, I found myself transitioning now to not being on the tools as much, but fuck me dead, I am just constantly on the phone, just organising the boys, making sure I got this, getting blades for the boys, fucking getting poison. Like this morning, I was like, I ran to one village back to home because I forgot my fucking wallet. And then, you know, there's always something going on. There's always something I need to be doing. There's something that, you know, there's things that they can't do that I have to do. And you know,
I've always found like the most successful people, and you know, you can gauge it, I guess financially, like that's probably what we're using to gauge that at the moment. They're never not working. They're always fucking doing something.
Always. Yeah.
And you know, that's different if you're a solo operator and you want to, you know, earn enough to pay the bills and have a holiday and, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
That is different. They're different goal mindsets. But the people out there that, you know, want to build, you know, they want to have 30 guys and they want to, you know, just not have to operate a power tool and everything.
Yeah.
You do not think that you will not be working.
Yeah. 100%.
Even listen to the Keith Kalfas interview with Aussie Lawn Stars.
Yeah.
He's sitting in his car supervising the boys while he's editing a show.
Yeah.
Which I don't fucking believe for a minute anyway, but I'm just saying.
Doesn't he have a production company? Wouldn't he be getting them to do it?
Not
Just
sure.
shoot the film, flick it over?
I mean, we never really know.
I'm the production company here.
We never really know, but you know, I just don't want some of these people to be getting like some weird as false sense of hope.
Yeah.
Because it also it doesn't make you feel any better as well. Like I had jobs from a business that I bought, and I'll never forget. It was a factory. Back then, it was 350 plus GST, and the place used to take me 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And like, and it was a different time, you know, it was, you know, now I'd probably pile on the work and stuff. But like, I used to do it, and I used to think like, it'd be like 9 o'clock or 8:30, and I'd be like, I just earned half a day's wages.
Yeah. And
you only go and do, you know, I used to go and do another factory around the corner. I never pushed myself to do anything further.
Yeah.
Now, a situation like that every day would be fantastic.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, I just know with the person that I am now,
yeah,
I would never be content.
No.
I would be like, where's the next one? Where's the next one? You
oh, dude, like the other day, there was so we do a couple of factories as well, and I was just sitting in the car. I said to the boys, I said, you guys do this. I don't know, it clicked in my brain. I drove past an old factory that had been shut down. It had a for lease sign on it. Place looked like shit. I just got straight on the phone. I'm like, fuck, I want that. That's a couple of weeks clean up. That fucking place is trash. And that one thing that I sat there and did, I was like, got off the phone. I got all the emails and shit, and I was like, yep, sweet. And I looked at the boys that were still going. I was like, fucking may as well. Got a couple more going. I had like half a page of emails by the time I got back to the car, and I'll just sit down and write out a generic email, just change the name on every single one, send it to, you know, like 150 property managers.
I'd keep the same name. I'd be like, g'day person. G'day person.
G'day person. And how's this? I fucking, you know, like it's not exactly the same, but we got quotes for our pool and to run power to it and shit like that. And the worst thing I think I've ever done is mention to these guys that it was an insurance claim.
Oh yeah, man.
Bro, what the fuck, man? over $17,000 they quoted, and that's just for a new filter, new slab, and power to be rerun to it because fucking all the cables got messed up. I was fucking dumbfounded. So what I did was I spoke to a mate of mine who is an electrician, and he goes, you can wire one of these new, you know, 3-bedroom specky houses for so the portion 7.5 was from an electrician. He's like, you can fucking wire a cheap little house for 7.
Yeah.
I was like, he's literally just got to run a cable to the. So I was like, fuck that. I was like,
I mean, look, we used to do the same thing too. Like, you got to have a win. Like when we used to do bond cleanups in the yards, but we used to do the bond cleans as well.
Yeah.
And what would happen is I'd work in the yard all day, and my wife back then was a property manager, and she would finish at about 5. And so what we actually used to do, this is before we had kids.
Yeah.
I used to do the yard cleanup all day, go home, probably shower. We would grab a quick bite to eat, and then we'd go back at night and clean the house.
Did you make it?
Oh man, I used to. Yeah. Like that was when I was a bit younger too.
Yeah.
So like I was doing bad stuff all the time. Yeah. But you know, like, and I always remember, you know, like I'd have a figure in my head, like, oh yeah, you know, and he'd come time to do the invoice and be like, oh yeah, let's just bung an extra fucking 300 here. So like I get it. Because we didn't have to quote that stuff. It's coming out. It's coming out of the bond.
Yeah, well, that's good. You know, I think people with property managers are a little bit like at an advantage. I think when you miss out as a property manager.
Oh yeah, man. We used to scrape up. It used to be awesome.
Fuck.
So, all right, well,
we got so many fucking reviews. It's crazy.
So did want to say thank you to everyone that has left us a review.
Yeah.
Actually, I think, what's the date?
So this is going to be dropping on Sunday. So
we're supposed to be drawing this comp.
Yeah.
What we'll do is
on the next
episode, which will drop on Sunday.
No, this is going to drop on Sunday.
My bad.
Next one's dropping on Thursday.
Okay, so we will draw this winner shortly. Don't you worry about that.
Someone will fucking win, you know. 3 people will win because fucking Cash Pro King over here is throwing fucking prizes around.
3 people will win now. We're getting
everything.
We're getting a lot of comments on YouTube saying like, "Oh yeah, I don't know how to leave a review. Can I still be in the comp?" And really, like, I'm sort of thinking like, I don't know how to send you a prize unless you leave a review.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Now that sounds kind of harsh, and I definitely respect.
But I think for like the last month, we've been saying like Apple is pretty much the only place you can.
Pretty much the only. Yeah, so we need 200 reviews for any sponsors to take us seriously.
Yeah, but there is a fucking shitload, so I may as well throw a couple your way.
Bust a few out, dude.
So we got one from Brent Davies, and he says, "I was crying, 5 stars. Boys, what a show! Always very entertaining and helpful with the tricks of the trade. The sidebar episode had me literally crying while trying to navigate a garden full of dog shit." He didn't actually write shit, I just added that. Keep them coming, fellas. Always excited for a new show. Cheers, Brent. JG's Plant and Horticulture, Sidebars, Stevens and Bippers. It's just like listening to a couple of old mates. That's a 5-star. Thank you, sir. Lux Lawns and Gardens. Great listen. Thanks, boys, for the lighthearted approach you bring to the lawn game while still discussing issues that are relative to us here in Australia. Paul from Lux Lawns and Gardens. Awesome potty from Benno516. Another Benno. Great listen and really has helped me start taking my business more serious and to the next level. The banter and sidebars make it feel like you're just sitting down with a couple of mates having a beer. Awesome work, boys.
We're just everybody's mates, eh?
Dude. Fucking, here's one, just a thumbs up. Great show. Great show. Or as always, guys, feeling like I'm sitting at the pub with mates, especially the last episode when you let it all out. Matt Barnes.
And I don't even fucking drink.
On you fellas. Fucking great work, Ben and BJ. Well delivered relative content. Needs more swearing though. Laughy face. Leo's Lawns and Gardens. And I think that'll do for this one. We got a couple more for the next one. Fuck me dead. We got about 30 more for the next one. But yeah, we'll get to those on the next step.
And we'd like to thank everyone that has left a review, all of our followers, you know, especially even the guys on YouTube that give us our views and comments there. We love that interaction.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting the show.
That's a resonating thing that we always get the comment, it's like listen, like hanging out with a couple of mates. And that's exactly what we wanted. We didn't want to, I don't know. We're not preaching to anyone or anything. We just
does anybody want to see our notes for today's show?
Bum, bum. If you're listening and not watching, there's fucking nothing on my page. We do have an interview lined up, which is awesome. We got someone coming into the the new Catch Pro headquarters. Apologies for the sound for the last 2 episodes. We know it was a little bit quiet. It's because we didn't have our lips up to this big red cock on the desk. And we'll change that and we'll
I think we were like too relaxed, but I think I tend to talk louder than you anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I've had a fair bit of caffeine today, so I'm fucking peaking, eh?
Something that I want to talk about is side hustle. I'm so sorry.
Jesus.
Side hustles and part timers. This can be your weekend warriors. Basically anyone who else has a business, but maybe they work somewhere else a couple of days a week, like Sandy.
Yeah,
Sandy.
yeah.
Let's talk about it because, in a way, you and I have both done this before. Well, and you did it. When you used to jump on board with me for 2 or 3 days.
So the way I started was I worked for people and they were fucked and whatever, and I started dipping my toe into Benny. And
that's called a Howie Dowie.
A Howie Dowie? Oh,
I think. Okay. I remember. Sidebar. There was this dude at school. This is back when we were 14.
Oh shit.
And yeah, like I don't even know how it came up, but I remember someone must have got fingered or something. You know, poked him, and he's just like Howie Dowie, and we're just like
stuck,
and we're like, but then we're like, what the fuck's that? And he's like, well, that's not actually a real Howie Dowie, and you know, like say a 3-seater couch, how there's like an arm on either end, and then there's obviously 3 seats, so like him and his brother used to lie down on there together with like his head at one end and the brother's head at the other end, and so like their feet would be like opposing each other, and I guess the game was that they had to stick their toes up each other's ass. And they called it Howie Dowie, because you know, like if you're I never played it, right?
Fuck it,
not with my toes. I don't know,
we might play it after this.
But like I guess if you let your guard up to like aim, then they could get you and you could get Howie Dowied.
Wow, that's new. Maybe my missus.
I'll tell you when we're off air who it was, because you're gonna fucking laugh your ass off.
Oh no! I wonder if Lou will play with me.
I can't get my wife to do it. She's seen my toes. She's just
you're the barefoot bear. I got soft feet. I'm wearing fucking boots 24/7 these days.
My fucking big toenail fell off. You should fucking see it.
Because imagine if you went to scratch her. Is it still here somewhere?
Nah, it's because I had dropped a bunch of steel on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
But because I was walking around in this flood water, it was only just hanging on by a thread, so it was flapping around anyway.
Oh, bro, you need fucking tetanus after that.
Nah, bro, have a look. Like that healed up good. I'm going to show it to the camera for anyone that is watching. I know my hand's gross, but yeah, bro, no stitches, no nothing.
Yeah, fuck.
Bit of fucking Benadine.
It looks like a little tiny vagina on your hand.
I know, sometimes I lick it.
Well, my mouth was watering. I wanted to lick it.
Oh boy! All right, so we were talking about the side hustle, right?
Oh yeah, and it's the perfect time of year because we're starting to look at other things. We're offering people pressure washing and shit like that, cleanups. Because even for me, I sort of got to, look outside the box when it comes to these villages, and we're offering all the mulching service, pressure cleaning, and because there's been so much fucked up rain and there's mold everywhere, it's a very, very easy sell. Even the roads where the water path is, they're becoming quite dangerous. Even when there's a little bit of dew on the road, it's crazy, man. Like it's fucking slippery as. So yeah, upselling those things to people, it's a perfect time of year.
But what about the folks out there that are already, they're already doing that sort. So like they might work, because like I know what I did. I had a business for years where I worked full time with my old man. He left. I continued on, and I didn't. It's not like I was cooking it, but I didn't grow it anymore.
Yeah.
But I did get more efficient, and so like. I was finishing early and stuff like that. And anyway, I knew that I had come to a point where it's time to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
So I actually went and worked 2 days a week at a college. I did that for a while. That was a great way. Like if you're starting out and you're in this winter period and maybe you didn't have the most lucrative summer for whatever reason. Yeah. Now, I know, like, we're talking to a lot of adults here.
Yeah.
Which is our main audience.
Hopefully.
With my story, I was not an adult. Yeah. I was only 16 when I started, and I literally took nothing serious until maybe 23 or 24.
Yeah.
It wasn't until our mates started... finished their apprenticeships.
Okay, yeah.
That I really took anything seriously. I mean, I think I'm not sure if you were still at school. When did you leave school? Did you finish
2003, yeah.
You finished school?
Yeah, like a couple of times.
So, like,
No,
I remember I used to fucking mow lawns, and then, like, I would go and pick you boys up in the lunch hour.
Skating and shit.
We'd go for a jetty jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's not a serious work environment. So, but I know
that's a fucking cool work environment. Hey, let's go for a jetty jump.
Like, once my pals left school and, you know, they were going through their apprenticeships, I had, you know, they were only making like $7 an hour or something.
Yeah. It was really crazy back then, eh?
Yeah. So then once they turned tradies, that was when I was like, whoa, like, I mean, they're all at work anyway.
Yeah.
And so I went and, you know, took on that part-time work, and it really, really, really helped me be able to, number one, I think what's good about starting off as a side hustle is I think it's good to get told what to do by someone.
Yeah.
So that you don't develop bad habits. Like, you remember one of the first days that you came to work with me.
I do.
And you were hedging, and I recall you were doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And I gave you like one or two little hints, like, no, let the hedges sink in, and, you know, hit it like this or whatever.
Yeah.
And I never had to say a fucking another thing to you. You just got it from there.
Yeah, roll my edges and fucking let the hedges sink in a bit and find the sweet spot. And that's how I've taught all my boys as well, and they're killing it. So yeah, no, it is another good point is you can dip your toe in and you don't have to spend a fortune. I did, like, when I came to work with you, I already had my stuff because I was adamant that I was getting out of what I was in. I already had my own hedger and stuff. But if you go and work for someone on the weekends, like, you know, 1 or 2 days a week, you know, there's lots of guys out there that work Saturday and Sunday, and you can jump on with someone and just, you know, feel the business out. You might not pick up a lot of skills because a lot of not like physical skills you will, but business skills you might not.
No, business skills.
You're hammering the tools. Business skills are I think are a developed thing. If you've already got like a business mind, it's easier. Like, you've got a business mind. I don't particularly have a business mind, but I'm very lucky that my wife is like got that mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. Look, I think.
Like, I know when I was once I was done with the college, and like the college was great because I learned how to mow a field, and I'm not talking about a fucking paddock. I'm talking about a sports field.
Yeah.
Which I've probably lost a lot of that game now.
You got to play on a lot of equipment though that you wouldn't normally.
Like tractors with these buckets and, you know, like all sorts of shit that honestly I would never have had the opportunity. And I was still a young punk, like, you know, and I had to, but I think it was really important for me to know that I had to be somewhere on time. I had to do the right job, and there was rules too. I used to break them all the time, but like, you know, I couldn't have a ciggy while the boss was watching.
Flicking darts at the kids.
Well, you know, so and I remember once I left there, and I went and worked for Tyson over at Executive Property Maintenance Services. Like, they just taught me so much about like cleaning up your hedge clippings. You know, and being super efficient in that way.
The more finesse side of the biz. Yeah,
it's kind of like, you know, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Like, you can trim a hedge and you can rake up some shit, but can you really clean that shit up and make it look like no one was there?
It's all in the details.
So, like, I just always have thought that it was really important to it's, you know, like when you're raising a kid. And, you know, people say, like, I know I say to my mum, I say like, geez, Macy's a fucking bitch. Or, you know, like she's calling me a bumhole. She won't do anything I say. And she's fucking rude. And my mum will be like, she's a fucking angel. When I have her, which is never, by the way, but when I have her, your girl's so polite, rah rah, and I'm always like, yeah, but that's fucking because it's you, rah rah. And my mum always says, you judge them on how they are with other people, not how you are yourself. And I think in the business world as well, you have to be able to take yourself out sometimes and be judged by other people to get the hang of it.
Well, if you want to be judged by other people, put a fucking post up on LMCA or Aussie Contractors and fucking underquote something. No, it's look, I totally get it, man. That's so true. Sometimes it's good to I don't know. I felt like I knew it was time for a change. So like I said, I already had my shit lined up. I already had a trailer on the way and stuff. But to be like fucking, if you were in like a completely different industry and you wanted to dip your toe in, it can be like, it'd be pretty confronting. Like it's a crazy job. Especially, I think I was rolling straight in summer too. Like,
I think it was Christmas.
Shit. I finished my job on December the 24th or 23rd. And I walked out with a beer in my hand and my finger in the air. I was like, fuck y'all, I'm going home.
So any other tips for like people that, like, my purpose of bringing up this topic was to say how great it is that you can do a part-time gig.
Yeah.
Because what you can get is you can get a steady stream of income. Like, I know when I did it, and put it into context, I was an 18-year-old kid, still living at home. And like, I know that the $300 that I used to make from the college for 2 days, that used to pay my board, my rent, used to get me pissed. And I would have enough ciggies or whatever. They were the things that mattered to me. And everything else that I earned on the other days of the week were, for either savings, new equipment, fuel costs, etc. So it's a good way to look at it.
What do you class as like a part-timer? Do you reckon like
2 or 3 days a week?
2 or 3 days a week?
Yeah. I mean, I think we base everything off a 5-day week. Because, whilst I had made the comment before, people who charge extra so they can have 2 days off, but you got to at least base it on a 5-day week.
No, that's true. True that, yo. And what about our mate Travis Egan? He was on Gary's podcast. I had no idea he was a part-timer.
Yeah, I think there's a few people out there. Obviously, I mean, I didn't know Sandy was.
Yeah, neither did I. I thought she was full in the game, but
So, and I mean, from Sandy's interview, I got that, like, she had a great business. So, you could still have great businesses, and I mean, maybe it's more of a lifestyle thing. Like, maybe you get a better lifestyle if you're not in it balls deep. I don't know.
Well, I know, like, I remember talking to Lenny a long time ago, before he was doing like golf courses and stuff. But he was working at the port.
That's right. Yeah.
And then he would do like renos like a crazy man. And now he's fully in the game, which is pretty cool. Like,
I mean, even just look at me with Catch Pro. Like,
you had one ball in, one ball out.
Yeah, like, I couldn't. Like, Catch Pro could not turn a profit, or it couldn't make a living in the beginning. And I'm also one of those, like, greenscapes was sentimental to me. Like, it was very hard for me to let go, and I let pieces of it go at different times. So realistically, if I thought I could still do it physically, like, to the same ability, I'd probably still have it.
You'd be fucked for time, mate.
I mean,
you'd be completely like, oh, fuck that.
I mean, it's one of those things, like, sometimes in Catch Pro, like yesterday, I had an absolute, I call it the work rage, where, like, it was like 6 o'clock, we had dinner, the girls had a bath, and I just came downstairs, I was putting the Pro Shields together, and and then before the girls went to bed, I had Nelly making bags of bolts. 2 nuts, 2 bolts, and she just watch her iPad and do it, and I can do something else, and
little sweatshop.
It's not like you can do that in the mowing game, right?
No, that's true. No, you can't. Not at all. We get Archer out there, just Pick up that dog shit, mate.
and then you see the cops rolling up and they're like, do you have a toddler on the job?
I've just got him on a leash. No.
Nah, yeah.
No, we're just going for a walk.
Just put him in the cash parade.
Yeah. Hide, son.
So yeah, I mean, I think having that side hustle, man, like I think it's whether or not you're doing it. Like sometimes the side hustle. So like for me, my side hustle was Cash Pro.
Yeah.
For some people, their side hustle, like they might be mowing 2 or 3 days a week, and you know maybe that is their side hustle, but maybe they have something else.
Yeah, see,
like say Lenny Law, for example. His side hustle was the big red. What is it? Big red shed, green shed.
Big green shed.
Yeah. So
our big green shed. So yeah, I used to have aspirations of side hustles, but fucking once I switched over to night shift, it was like.
So you got the podcast now, bro.
Yeah. So this is my side hustle. Not a financially lucrative side hustle, but
and that's why you don't do it full time, right?
Yeah,
that's
exactly
why
right.
this is not your job.
This is kind of like a hustle, hobby, I should say.
This is a hustle, man.
It is it is.
Tell them what you did. So like you got here, I obviously wasn't ready.
Yeah, that's alright. But like today we finished a little bit early. I said to the boys, "You want to have lunch?" And they were like, "Nah, fuck that. Let's just work." So I was like, "Yeah, let's rock and roll." So we smashed out all we needed to do. I'm like on the blower to Benny, like, "I'm coming in hot, bro." And I rocked up and Benny's wrapping catches, and I was like, "What can I do?" So I'm fucking pulling empty boxes out of the back of his.
So I made the poor bastard unload 110 empty boxes.
Was it 110 there?
Around that, yeah.
Big fucking boxes too.
That's my Cash Pro box.
Yeah, they're good ones.
That's a fucking good one, ain't it?
Good ones. So yeah, they're all stacked nice and neat. I'd like to. Where do I send my invoice? Nah, just gammon. Oh, you bought me cheeseburger.
Yeah, that's it.
You can always pay me a cheeseburger. Just don't tell my customers that.
So any other sort of news and topics? So like just so that everyone understands, like we didn't have a firm topic today. We thought it was time. I think maybe once a month.
Yeah,
we try and have one of those ones where we touch on a few topics and.
I'm really excited about my shed though. It's someone actually reached out to me on Instagram, just said, "Ha, good luck," and because I just posted a photo of it just when it got delivered, and I was like, I ain't fucking putting that together.
Yeah, I put together a small shed once, and I mean, I guess now I'd probably do it right because I kind of put pieces of steel together now for a living, but man, like
not for me.
These things are gnarly. Like
it was hard enough work getting fucking thing from the front yard down the back to the slab. I'm not putting that shit together. We're paying like good money. Like it seems like a good gig if you've got all the right tools, I think, and the knowledge. I guess they're knocking it up in 2 days, and it's costing me like just under $3,000.
Okay,
so. That's not too bad. But these guys put up massive shit, like barns and shit like that. So my little fucking 7x4 should be sweet.
Yeah. Just quickly, can we talk about the Skag 30-inch for a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, how's it going? And when's it coming into? Like, is it coming into our market soon?
So look, it is. There's been a few released. It's a very slow trickle feed, man. It's so hard with.
Is that mostly from stock?
Yeah. Well, stock and shipping. I know that. Like, it's just trying to get machines into this country is crazy. I think everybody's finding it hard, but look, we're loving it, man. I said to the boys, because I took it off so I could put an extra pushy on, and I said to the boys,
oh, you took it off the rig?
Yeah, I took it off because I'm running with a 3-man crew while I don't have my truck. I was sick of them like having one fucking going fucking potter around to that guard. I was like, nah, fuck that girl and mower. So I grabbed another one and I propped them both in the 32 spot.
Yeah.
So I just, so...
Because 19 and 19 equals 32, right? No, but there must have been play with the 30. 30?
Yeah, 30, sorry. So the 32 spot is where the 30 spot sits. But I like the finish way better on the 30. Yeah. The finish is fucking on point.
Now, the only reason why I said anything is because it's well, it's summer now.
Yeah.
In the US, and you starting to see that content.
Yeah,
drop, and they're starting to get the caster wheels.
Yeah, so those caster wheels, I didn't know that they're actually lockable. So you can lock them.
If you're going up hills,
yeah, so you can do hills and stuff.
Yeah.
But if anyone's on Instagram, go and check out a dude called Matthew Hawke. He has a 61-inch V ride, and he also has a 30-inch. Fuck, dude, the properties he is knocking out with that. He actually is a guy who suggested to Cujo to collaborate with Skag. So that's actually his baby. Like those Cujo shoes, the Skag collab is actually his baby. So.
Yeah, nice. Have you got some coming or?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Is it the Yard shoe?
I don't know.
The Yard shoe is actually pretty comfy.
Okay.
It was the boots that I was a little skeptical on.
Yeah.
That I thought were a little bit. I mean, there's so many. Like we didn't go with Cujo. Just because it's just too hard to ship 3 different colors with 6 different sizes. It's just too much. So that's why we went with Bad Workwear, because at least it ships locally.
Yeah. And speaking of Bad Workwear, don't forget to jump on badworkwear.com.au and use their code SKULL, all in caps, to get a sweet 10% off.
And please also make a note that the Skull Code doesn't work on any other Cash Pro products.
People have been trying to use it.
Yeah. So
also tag us in photos. Like we need photos, we need content for the page. Please.
So we sold $10,000 worth of Bad Workwear with the Skull Code.
Yeah.
Which I want to say thank you so much.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because it showed the guys over there that we are worth supporting.
Yeah. They were a little bit shocked, weren't they?
They were really shocked. They gave me the code fucking around. Like, yeah, all right, Ben, go do your thing. And even though we make fuck all from it, it's great to be able to give someone 10% off something.
Yeah. And another side hustle.
Yeah, well, not really. I mean, look. I mean, it's winter, so I'm assuming dudes will need will buy more stuff.
Well,
right?
if I can check out this though.
Where do you get that one from?
You can get this from the Skag merch store. Look at it. It's fucking.
Do you get the high vis bits?
Yeah, dude.
Or is that just an ambassador thing?
No. This is what you get.
I like it. Is it a pocket too?
Yeah, dude. It's a little pencil pocket.
Oh my gosh! And can you put a little comb in there?
You could.
And a chapstick?
Yeah.
Get a rusty one.
Yeah, you could get tampons in there, whatever you need. Yeah, I don't need it. Yeah, you could put darts in there. I don't need a hairbrush because I don't have it.
Wait, I'm going to put me fucking heroin needle in there.
Oh yeah, get the H needle out of the sewer. We can fucking chuck it in there.
Speaking of sewer, does anyone know anything about worm septics? I need some helpage.
Some helpage for your sewerage.
If anyone does know anything about, like I've tried to research this. What I need to know is, because there's septic worms, right?
Yeah. Are they like a special breed of worm that just dine on shit?
That's my question.
Yeah.
So I opened it up, and I guess I think I've been here 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I opened it up. It didn't smell that bad.
Okay.
And I just assumed that I would see some action. And I did speak to Shorey, and he's like, nah, man, they'll be living in amongst it. You won't see them.
Yeah.
But you just can't, you just don't know.
Well, you just get heaps of worms, fucking overloaded with worms.
Well, I've got 3,000 in there.
That's really nice.
I just bought them from Bunno's, man.
Could you imagine fucking 3,000 worms trying to take down one of my shits? That's a week-long job.
Well, like I said, at my other house, dung beetles would break down a dog shit into dust in 24 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't have dung beetles here. I need to buy me some fucking dung beetles.
Yeah.
But if anyone knows if there's a specific worm.
Yeah, and the calculation on how many worms per shit, that would be handy. Then you can calculate your family shitting habits, and then you can buy the right amount of worms.
Well, I live with all girls, so that immediately minimises everything.
Yeah, but I'm here fucking once a week, so then you can double it again.
Yeah. Okay, so look, back to the 30-inch. Yeah, so one of the reasons why I wanted to bring it up is because obviously we've been seeing it in America, but there's still just been a ton of talk like about, you know, oh, it's so heavy, and that is definitely the truth. It's heavy,
fucking
right?
heavy, yeah.
But you don't buy this thing to do 400 square meter blocks.
No,
right?
no, it's a big open space mower. Like it's something, if you don't want to spend the extra fucking 10 grand on a 32. It's a very fast machine. Obviously, you have to walk behind it. It's I think it's like 6 kilometers per hour. So you walk behind it pretty fast. There's dudes out there that use it for side discharge, mulching, and shit like that.
And do you side throw with it at all, or only if you just got?
I have, and I don't know. I just don't think it's I don't think it's a pig mower. I don't think it's something that you would put on shit yards. I think it's a maintenance mower, and it says it in the name. The SFC is like a finishing cut mower, and it cuts so sweet. Like I said before, like I've got a Bushy and a Honda 196. And I do prefer the cut of the Skag, and you pay for the quality of cut. It's there.
And you are paying for that durability as well, right? Like it's over engineered.
Yeah,
in terms of build.
If I was in America and I got into a gunfight, I'd hide behind it.
If I was strong enough, I'd pick it up and throw it at him.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But no, it's an excellent mower. I can't wait till next season and put it on the new village that I acquired from you, because that. Sorry about that. I'm really stretching out here.
That's all right.
Yeah. Playing footsies. But no, I do. I love it. I can't wait till they hit the market. So, you know, I haven't actually had any experience with Time Master or Time Cut. Not a Time Cutter.
Not a Time Cutter. Be
Turf Master. Is that it?
Turd Master.
Turd Master. Yeah. So there's always mixed reviews on those.
And neither have I. I just I did see a post from Paul Luck. And it was a stab at mulching versus catching.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I was pretty impressed with the mulch capability of that machine.
Yeah.
You know, so but I do, you know, like I know that those other like they're so popular, those machines, and you know, I know that they're obviously a lot lighter to throw around.
Yeah.
Like people are saying, like, okay, I'm 40% more productive having a 30-inch machine over a 21 or whatever.
Yeah, and you probably would be like, it's a good extra couple of inches. You can always do it with a couple of extra inches.
I need it.
Yeah,
I need it for my buried penis.
I actually commented to the boys today. I took a leak at the dump. I was like, fuck, that was a hard find.
In the tip?
Yeah.
Like in the greenway spot?
No, in the toilets there, near the vending machine.
Oh, no, because I just, like, I've been there before and I've seen dudes doing it and I'm thinking...
Fuck off, you have.
Yeah.
Yuck, man. Really?
And I've just always been...
Mike would have picked that up.
I'm pretty sure I've done it before.
Was it just like a sneaky fucking out the bottom of the shorts?
Yeah. Just like I need to check my trimmers. And it's just like quickly hanging out and just like squirt.
Oh yeah, I pissed in a Slurpee cup the other day while I was sitting.
I don't even start with me about toilet stuff right now.
Oh, okay.
just because.
Okay.
Well, I don't want another, you know, I know people found it funny.
Yeah.
But
our toilet humour.
Well, we couldn't recover from it. We had to finish the episode.
Yeah, we bounced straight out of that too, because my eyes felt like they were going to pop out of my head.
I just don't know what
it was good.
I just could not. I couldn't for the life of me stop laughing. Sorry.
Yeah, it was fucked. And yeah, I really did have a wet dick after that. But no, that's actually, that'll probably go down as one of my favourite episodes. Sometimes you just need to laugh like that.
Oh, absolutely. Don't they say like laughing for 2 minutes is like a 30-minute workout?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
A couple of big laughing sessions. But yeah, that's it definitely was a good one, and it seemed to resonate with a lot of people, and a lot of people found it funny. So that's good.
It was good, and it was good to make other people laugh.
Always.
So, all right, guys, we're going to sign out. Thanks very much for listening. Now, we're going to draw that competition next week. We will make sure that we are ready, set, and we will announce them on next show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening. Until then, I'm at CashPro. He is at TBL, and we are out of time. Thank you.
Peace.